What's up everyone, it's Tyranitartube and welcome back to another top 5 video. In today's top 5, I share the top 5 Pokemon in Generation 2 that deserve a Mega Evolution. Keep in mind that these are opinion based, so be sure to leave your own opinions in the comments below. First up, coming in at number 5 is a very defensive Pokemon with a unique typing giving it only 2 weaknesses. This Pokemon is Skarmory. With base 140 defense, access to Stealth Rock and Spikes, and the ability Sturdy, he can easily set up entry hazards and take physical hits. However, it doesn't have too much offensive potential and relies on damage from entry hazards and status conditions to be able to defeat a Pokemon. Excelling in defense, it lacks special defense, so few special attacks will be able to easily take out a Skarmory. Its only 2 weaknesses, Fire and Electric, are also commonly run on special attackers such as Magnezone and Starmie, so it can easily be threatened into switching out. If Skarmory were to Mega Evolve, it should mainly get a boost to its defenses. It should be able to take physical hits even better and take an uninvested special attack well. It should also get a minor offensive and speed boost to allow it to rely on less residual damage. With base 85 speed, it can also outspeed threats such as Magmortar. This speed will allow it to be a relatively fast physical tank. It should also get a new ability I'll refer to as Iron Body, which will half damage taken from contact moves such as Flare Blitz and Dragon Claw. This adds on to Skarmory's physical bulk and can force opponents into switching into their special attackers. However, it still has a weak spot in its special defense, especially at base 65 HP, so 1 or 2 invested special attacks will be able to take it out. Next up on my list at number 4 is a speedy Pokemon that checks a lot of threats in its tier, but in return is checked easily. This Pokemon is Crobat. With its limiting move pool, its moveset is easy to predict, and being fragile and weak to Stealth Rock, it was stuck in the UU to OU borderline. With the addition of Fairy types into the metagame, it has gained a lot more potential. If Crobat were to Mega Evolve, it should be able to pose a large threat to teams. It should get a large offensive boost to use in combination with its higher speed. At base 150 speed, it ties with the fastest existing Mega Pokemon, Mega Alakazam and Mega Aerodactyl. With added bulk in combination with base 85 HP, it will be able to take hits better. It should also get the ability Gale Wings. Although it can outspeed all but 2 Pokemon in the game, priority is very important. As fast as Crobat is, it can be outsped by priority attacks, but with Gale Wings, it can outspeed the opponent's priority attacks. Number 3 on my list is a unique bulky tank that is known for setting up hazards, spinning the opponents away, and striking with its great move pool. This Pokemon is Donphan. Donphan can easily wall physical attackers and scare them away with its move pool of good type coverage. If Donphan were to Mega Evolve, it should become a Pokemon you never want to see on the opponent's team. It should improve its defensive potential by getting a large boost to both of its defenses, as well as an offensive boost at the cost of speed. With higher defenses, it will be even better at spinning, setting up hazards, and hitting the opponent hard. It should also be retyped to a Ground and Steel type to become more defensive, boosting its resistances up to 8 and immunities up to 2. It should also get a new defensive ability which I will refer to as Perfect Armor. Perfect Armor will increase Mega Donphan's defense and special defense by 1 stage each time it takes a resisted attack. At first, it may seem overpowered, but you just have to work around it similar to how you'd work around Gale Wings Talonflame and Parental Bond Kangaskhan. Coming down to the second last slot is a Pokemon with a unique typing and solid stats. Even though it has great potential, it's down in the UU tier as there are many reliable checks to it. This Pokemon is Kingdra. Kingdra's base stats may total to 540, but it's distributed to all of its stats, making it lose a lot of potential in unneeded stats. Kingdra is almost never used as a mixed attacker, so you have to boost one of its moderate offensive stats. It gets 2 lethal abilities, Swift Swim and Sniper. Swift Swim will double your speed up to base 170, allowing you to outspeed almost everything in UU, including a few Scarfed Pokemon. Sniper in combination with Focus Energy and Scope Lens will allow you to always land a critical hit with a 50% boost. It may sound threatening, but any Pokemon is threatening after it sets up. If Kingdra were to Mega Evolve, it should get a boost to all of its stats, especially in its offensive stats. Kingdra's move pool mainly focuses on special moves, but it does have some pretty strong physical moves. With higher offenses, Kingdra won't have to rely on setting up and can be a huge threat. It should maintain its Water Dragon typing, but should get the ability Adaptability. Adaptability doubles the power of stab attacks, which will help it make up for having such a limited move pool of only Water and Dragon moves. Kingdra will no longer be a joke. And finally, coming down to the top Johto Pokemon that deserves a Mega Evolution is one of the only electric and water types. It's relatively bulky and has two switch-in advantage abilities. This Pokemon is Lantern. Lantern is a relatively specially bulky Pokemon with its base 125 HP supporting its defense and special defense. It has a move pool limited to mostly water and electric attacks, but has access to a few other moves like Signal Beam, Icy Wind, and Dazzling Gleam. If Lantern were to Mega Evolve, it should turn Lantern into a bulky special attacker. It should get a large boost to its defenses along with a smaller boost to its special attack and speed. With base 82 speed, it can outspeed Pokemon such as Mamoswine and Gyarados, and with access to defense increasing moves like Stockpile and more special attack, it can pack several strong hits before going down. Lantern should maintain its unique water and electric typing, but get the ability Drizzle, which will boost the power of water attacks by 50%, which will provide more than double the power on a stab water attack. In the rain, Thunder ignores accuracy and always hits, which gives almost perfect neutral type coverage. Strong physical grass and ground types as well as status inflictions are the best ways to counter Lantern, although they aren't necessarily checks, as Lantern's move pool can counter them back. Anyways, those are my top 5 Johto Pokemon that deserve Mega Evolutions. If you enjoyed the video, then be sure to leave a like. Feel free to share your own top 5 in the comments below. The top 5 Hoenn Pokemon that deserve Mega Evolutions will be up in a few days, so be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out.